Lives on the line. A KXAN investigation into an area ambulance service.
I mean, I'm like just doubled over and just screaming, crying. And he wouldn't do anything to help me. And it was horrible.
The problems we first pointed out. Leaders are looking into a safer solution for you and your family.
It's the expectation of the public that when they call 911, they should get instructions on what to do till help arrives.
After months of complaints about the EMS service in Bastrop County, commissioners there are taking bids from new ambulance providers. The current provider, Guardian EMS, has been plagued with criticism about unprofessional paramedics and ambulances failing state inspections. KXAN investigator Robert Maxwell first told you about the potential safety issues in November, and he joins us now with the latest development.
There's a sense among county leaders here in Bastrop that the current EMS contract, now in its 6th year, is no longer a good fit. They point to communities like Cedar Creek here, which are quickly becoming more city than country as more people move in, and that there's a need for an ambulance service that can simply keep up when somebody calls for help.
The wail of the siren means help's on the way. But what quality of help? A KXAN investigation revealed complaints about the professionalism of some Guardian EMS paramedics.
And he's getting very impatient with me and very rude. And, you know, I really just need you to answer this question.
Others getting lost on the way to emergency calls and using some trucks and equipment that failed state inspections. Our investigation also exposed response time issues, how the EMS company stays in compliance but provides its own monthly numbers with no oversight.
It happens where there's 45 minutes, an hour response times. And I know being an EMT, that's not acceptable.
This first responder has 30 years on the job and says commissioners have long ignored EMS in Bastrop County compared with fire and police. Guardian CEO Ricky Powell tells KXAN his company will apply for the new RFP since he says he's already meeting mandatory minimum operating and safety standards. But he doesn't like the sound of what county leaders call desired conditions, like more accountability for those response times.
Bastrop County 911, what is your emergency?
And letting the sheriff's office handle dispatching ambulances.
It's going to be the same service that we've always provided and will continue to provide.
How do you describe that service?
It's outstanding.
Guardian's contract next renews in May of 2015. If the county wants to cancel the current deal, it has to give the company 120 days notice. And that gives it till next January if commissioners decide to put a new EMS company in place.
Along with Guardian EMS, there were representatives from at least 2 other ambulance companies at Commissioner's Court. One of those representatives told me he's got an emergency transition plan ready to go in case Guardian bolts town unexpectedly. But that's a move Guardian's Ricky Powell says he's not going to make. In Bastrop, Robert Maxwell, KXAN investigates.
Well, the county's bidding process starts Saturday, and ambulance companies have until February 20th to apply. Right now, county taxpayers pay more than $380,000 a year for Guardian's EMS service. The bidding process encourages applicants to work outside that so-called subsidy and run on money made from patient transports alone. You can check out our original investigation into Guardian EMS from November inside the Investigate section of KXAN.com. And if you have an issue we need to investigate, contact our tip line, investigates@KXAN.com.